some of you guys don't know. I got a new one, and I really, really, really like it. I don't like this. It's on safety, because your gun should be on safety when you're not using it. However, that travel comes all the way back to here on the first stage. That takes a lot to get used to. Crazy. But on top is my Arkin. Focus you. This is my EFT gun as of now. I know some of you will recognize what it is, but if you don't, there you go. 22 cal. Can't remember how many shots it gets per fill exactly. But I'm thinking 5 magazines before I get nervous, which is way more than I need for EFT. But I will say a few nice things about this thing. This thing shoots flat to 60 yards. So I was concerned about getting my dope chart set and all that for EFT, and really, there's not much dope chart to it, because after 60, it's a small holdover to 100. So this thing is really nice. I mean, the power this thing has is just phenomenal. This, I judge everything off of Ginger's gun, her 22 Urigan. Her 22 Urigan shoots lights out, but it's a low power gun, which is fine, and that's why it gets 240 shots per fill, and it basically has the same 700 bottle. But this thing has more power than my 30 Urigan, which I don't have anymore, but that thing would knock pigs in the dirt. This one would probably do it in 22. Would I do it? No, I don't think so. I have other guns to pig hunt with and blah blah blah, and that's why I have those guns. But this thing, whew, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. And I reached out to a few people to try and get a new gun, and nobody had anything really available right now. Several people offered, hey, you can use my gun, blah blah blah, but I don't really want to use somebody's gun. I mean, I appreciate it, and I had to do that at the last EFT because my gun wasn't ready, and it is what that is. That's nothing to do with anything. But I didn't have a gun to shoot, and I want a gun to shoot because we have 2 events, one this weekend and then one next weekend in Georgia. So I really want something that that's mine, that I can shoot. And this thing's fully adjustable. The reg is fully adjustable without taking anything apart. The hammer spring's fully adjustable. This takes 2 power plenums if you want to add them to that. That's all right there. I don't know that this gun needs it. I mean, I might do it just because I like to spend money on guns, but it's fully adjustable outside the chassis. I don't have to take anything apart. I don't have to do anything. It's all right there. So I'm digging it. Like, this thing is really, 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 really pretty nice. And everybody goes, are you gonna? No, I'm not changing anything until after these next 2 competitions, and then we can learn and grow again. I've seen too many guys get a gun, or even their old gun, and then, oh, let me put this on it because it's better. Yeah, it is better, but you didn't learn it. I mean, everything changes the point of impact on almost every gun. Doesn't matter what manufacturer. And I'm not manufacturer loyal to any manufacturer. Just a good gun is a good gun, and I will have it if it's a good gun. So that being said, I'm not changing anything. I'm not trying to learn anything in 3 days or the day of, because I see people do it all the time, and great shooters, and not think about what they're doing. I'm not doing that. This gun is not going to change at all. I'm not even changing the butt plate because I hate where it sits. It's uncomfortable for me. And that trigger, there's way too much first stage. Like, I can almost park a car in how much space there is in between there and the sear. So, but I'm not changing any of it. I'm shooting it exactly the way it is, and what we get is what we get. But there's going to be some really competitive guys. I know next weekend. I'm not sure exactly how many people are going to Georgia, but there's going to be a few that I know, and some Georgia boys. But I think what Scotty is trying to do over there is get people interested in air guns, and I totally get it. I think it's cool that AOA is trying to help them get that rolling. That's pretty cool. I mean, they came and helped Tristan here at Atlas Air Guns, and hey mate, that was really cool. So I'm hoping he has a good turnout too. I want to go and show support, but I also want to do well. I mean, I did pretty good. I think I got 7th or 8th, I can't remember exactly, at EFT, and I didn't have a gun. And Jerry McGee says, "Oh, you're shooting," and so I shot Jerry's gun, which is like phenomenal. But if you rub the trigger on his Thomas, it goes off. So there was a learning stage through the whole 2-day event, and I still didn't learn it. I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but I still, in my brain, I shoot. And I'm mostly a hunter. I'm mostly a squirrel guy. Like, if there's a squirrel happening, I'm at least 90% sure that I can get them to 50 yards because I can't see past that visually. So if there's a squirrel out there at 100, I couldn't see him anyway, so I don't shoot at 100. But I'm excited. I'm excited to have something that's working like as good as her gun. Her gun doesn't have the power this has. So if her gun had the power, I would have never bought another gun. I would shoot her gun because I know she'll let me shoot her gun. But this thing makes the power to knock down those big, heavy targets. EFT, why they call it EFT, is extreme because you need the high power, and we shoot further than 50. So the next event this coming weekend, I think the furthest target is 103 yards. So shooting 2 inches at 103 yards, that gun can do it. Why can't I do it? Well, no. I did it on the bench with, my Vice and everything else, and my Accutech bipod up front, and my Donnie in the rear. Easy. The gun does it, but can I do it off sticks on a bucket? Now that's a whole nother thing. So hoping that the wind isn't crazy and we have a chance. I feel good about it. Well, we'll see. I mean, everything always changes the day of, right? But the cool thing about hanging out with all your mates and shooting a competition that you know all the guys, and we all rouse each other and have a good time. But if there's something goes wrong, they're first over there to help you. Like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. You drop, let's say it's something simple as you dropped a magazine, it's dirty, and next thing you know, one of the guys with the same gun brings you a magazine. So there's a lot of that goes on. So it takes away the nerves. I don't get nervous anymore shooting with the boys, even if it's competition and there's prizes involved and stuff like that. Really, it doesn't get my nerves going like it did a few years ago. And so we try and pass that along to all the new guys that are coming out. There are a lot of people like come and hang out with us at club meets and stuff like that and shoot and have a really good time. And they go, "Oh, I got it," And then they come and hang out at a competition and they're like, "Oh man, I'm nervous." And I always say this: "Stick out your hand, let me see it." And they can't hold their hand still. And I'm like, "You're never gonna shoot good. Calm down. Like, we're all here to have fun. If you win, that's awesome. But if you don't, just think of everything you learned, and you got to hang out with your mates, and we had a nice lunch and, you know, that sort of thing. And then have a cold brew after. That's fun times to me. All right, so anyway, I'm rambling on. This is probably going to be a long video, but I want to show you my new gun. I'm super excited with it. I can't wait to go shoot with those big boys. And I'm hoping that what I'm really hoping is Neil has a bad day. Because if Neil has a bad day, I think I have a chance of winning. Did I say that out loud? Yeah, I did. So I'm feeling really good right now. See ya, boys.